I've been wrestling for the past few weeks with the question of just how much bandwidth wireline telcos will need in their network 5 years from now. And the more I think about it, the greater my sympathy for the network planners out there who are all wrestling with the same question. To borrow from Donald Rumsfeld, there are known knowns, known unknowns and unknown known unknowns. There are two known knowns. First of all, we know that bandwidth usage will continue to grow at a rapid pace because the whole history of the internet tells us so. We have plenty of detailed information to back that view up. Second, we know that bandwidth usage is going to be increasingly dominated by video. So the biggest input to any model is going to be management of internet video. Unfortunately, the list of known unknowns is a lot longer than that, and from here on in everything gets much more complicated. For example, how much will commercial broadcasters shift their attention to the net? How fast will HD grow on the net? Will telcos use policy tools and CDNs and caching more than they do now to manage the load, and how much more? What's the impact of new consumer electronics gear in the home? That's just a short extract from a long list of variables that impact how much bandwidth consumers are likely to use. And finally, there are the unknown unknowns. The biggest is the left field web applications that always take everyone by surprise. We don't know what the next one will be, nor what kind of characteristics it will have, nor when it will appear. But we do know that if one broadband provider can handle it better than the others, it's going to be at a big advantage, and that's a huge dilemma for planners. It's not the only one. What if there are unexpected advances in technology that completely change the economics of managing video traffic? It could happen, but who knows? Finally, another problem here is that supply, usage and demand are joined together in an intricate dance in which it's hard to tell who's leading whom. Do high bandwidth connections generate high bandwidth applications? Of course they do, but the relationship seems to vary from one place to another, and it's certainly not one-to-one. To put it mildly, judging how much bandwidth we'll need in the future is a question that has more than one answer. And in the end, the only way that telcos can plan for it, if that's the right word, is to assume they have only limited control over what customers do with their broadband connections and be ready to invest in a variety of scenarios. That, of course, raises another equally mysterious imponderable. Who in 5 years' time is going to be paying who and for what? And how does that change investment in infrastructure and therefore usage of bandwidth? Truly, it's a hall of mirrors, but that's perhaps a topic for another video blog.